everybody, I'm Melody Angel, and today I'm going through my pedal board, so stay tuned. Alright, we're going to get right into it. Let's just start out with the pedal board itself. For about 3 years, I've been using this smaller pedal board, and it's the perfect size. This is the Nano Plus. And also, I'm using the Voodoo Labs power supply, which is underneath. My signal chain starts out with the Mini Wah. Crybaby Mini Wah. Basically, it's the best thing that's ever happened to my board because my original Crybaby is so big and just it's big and heavy. It doesn't fit anywhere. You have to lug it around. And when these came out, I got it immediately. And it is the exact same distinct Crybaby sound. If you love Crybaby Wahs, get the Mini and save yourself some space and headaches. Moving on, the TC Spark, also a mini pedal. I'm really loving these mini pedals. This Spark, I originally got it as a boost. When I first got it, that's what I used it for. I would slam this on for my solos, and it really did do the job. It really worked. But the thing is, it made my pedal board sound so much better. My overall tone sounded so much better with this Spark. And so I wanted to leave it on instead of just turning it on for the solos, because I love what it did with all of the rest of my pedals. What you have to do is use your volume control on your guitar to solo. So that's what I started doing instead, so that I can keep this on all the time. Let's move on to the overdrive, the distortion pedal, whatever you want to call it. This is the Full Tone OCD. This is my favorite overdrive pedal. It's my favorite because it is the most versatile pedal that I've ever, tried out. When I'm doing blues, I have the low peak on with my settings, and then when I'm doing like Jimi Hendrix type stuff, it's on the high peak, and it's really crunchy and dirty and beautiful sounding. So this pedal allows me to get really bluesy tones and rock tones, which is what I'm looking for. Don't get pedal crazy, try to focus. This does everything for me. That's why it's on my board. Moving on. This is the MXR Carbon Copy. Now this one I am going to switch out with its mini counterpart, just to make a little more space for me on this board. But I love the Carbon Copy. Once again, this kind of reminds me of how I feel about the Spark, where even if I don't want like a very big delay, the overall tone that this pedal gives my sound is amazing. Especially if you can't afford a Blue Sky, which I know everybody's, ready for me in the comments like, but the Blue Sky is even better than that. I understand that, and I agree with you, but I can't afford a Blue Sky. If you want to send me a free Blue Sky, feel free. I'll put my P.O. box information below this video, and I will take your Blue Sky. But I don't have Blue Sky money, so I have Carbon Copy money though. The tuner, this is just a Korg pitch black tuner, just your basic tuner. The reason why I got this one and not Boss, because people are always like, where did you get Boss? Just because everybody got a freaking Boss tuner doesn't make it the best tuner in the world. I mean, just, calm down. But tuners are tuners. I'm sorry. If they keep you in tune, they work. So this keeps me in tune. And the reason why I love this one You can't see it now, but if you see this big giant screen, a big giant letter comes up when it's on. It's just bright and big, and that's why I got it, and it works. So there you go. But I only use this for some gigs. Like, I only use this pedal for, like, if I'm at a small club where there's not a lot of space to move on stage, I use this tuner. But if it's a bigger stage, I pull out my Shure wireless, and it comes with this battery pack. This is the wireless that hooks into, if you can see that, it's not focusing. There you go. That hooks into your guitar, and then I put this pack on my back. During my live shows, I don't know if you've ever seen me play live, but I do a lot of jumping in the air. I'm a high flyer up there, and I was getting all tangled up in my cables. And one time I jumped up in the air and I was trying to come down on, that last chord. So I jumped in the air to come back down on the last chord, and I jumped, pulled out my cable, and when it came down, there was no sound but feedback. It was a fail, but it made me want the wireless setup even more. Let me see what model this is. The model I have is the GLX D1 Shure wireless transmitter, and this is not any kind of sponsored video. These are the items that I paid for, that I saved up for, that I believe in and love. So my last point about pedals in general is this. I remember going to a show and seeing a guitar player do an amazing set, and I was just mesmerized by him. And I was looking down this pedal board, and he had this array of pedals, and it was just unbelievable. So after the show, I went up to him, because I am the queen of asking questions, and I always ask questions about anything I want to know about music or equipment or whatever. I never hesitate. I don't want your autograph. I don't need a picture. But if you could tell me how this works, that's what's important to me. So I was back there and I was saying, man, I want to sound like that. That's the tone I'm looking. Man, I want to sound like that, so I need to get these pedals. And he said something to me that I keep to this day and will always remember. He said, it's not the pedals, it's the guitar player. I repeat, it is not the pedals. Everybody that plays, they practice, they work on their craft. It does not come from any kind of equipment. It's not their amp, it's not their pedals. It is not the guitar that makes it sound amazing. It's the guitar player. And you have to remember that, so that you don't go around here and just waste your money on all this equipment trying to get everything that you saw your favorite guitar player has on Rig Rundown. I love Rig Rundown. I watch it all the time. But don't get caught up and say to yourself, I have to get all of this equipment in order to sound like my favorite guitar player, because you will not sound like it. You have got to practice. I don't mean to rant, but I just think that it's very important when you do these kinds of videos about equipment that you're honest about what they really mean to your overall guitar playing skills. Getting the right pedals to design that tone is good, but how well that tone sounds to the public depends upon you practicing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, tell your friends, share it. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. Coming up, I'm going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes type videos for Music Monday, because I have a ton of gigs in February. So please check out my website for all of my shows, And also, I'm still raising money for touring this summer. So if you want to help me out with that, check out my Patreon page. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, make sure you look at my website because I'm taking over the Apple Store in Chicago on Michigan Avenue, February 12th. I just have to say that every single time I get a chance because it's like the coolest thing that I've ever done. I'm taking it over. I'm doing a workshop, a performance. We're gonna make a blues song together. So if you can come out to that, that'd be awesome. I can't wait to do it. I'm really excited to just talk about music, perform, and then we're gonna write some blues songs together, and it's just gonna be a dope night. So if you can come to that, that'd be great. And if you can't, but you know somebody in Chicago, tell them about it because I really want people to come out and support it. So that maybe they let me do it again sometime. So that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, be good to each other.